Oh, what's this? Teddy Roosevelt shirts already available for purchase? Teddy Roosevelt merch with the link in the description?
Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I'm Brandon. The last time I felt this good about the Denver Broncos, I was defending Trevor Siemian in the comment section perna. Now, some of you out there in Broncos country believe the 2-0 start is a curse. Denver started 2-0 with Vance Joseph twice, 2017 and 2018, so this can only be bad, right? Wrong. In 6 of the Broncos' 7 Super Bowl appearances, they started 2-0. 12 of the 22 times they have reached the playoffs, 2-0. It's a good thing when you beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Now, the Jets should be that third team, but they may be tougher than we think. Today, I'll analyze Broncos versus Jets predictions. That's good. Broncos! Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. The reason I look the way I do is because I forgot to shower yesterday. I ran out of time because I'm putting everything I have into YouTube, and if you don't subscribe, then what's it all for? Today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. And it's been a great start to the NFL season. And it's only getting better at DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. DraftKings is kicking off another great week of football by giving all new customers a can't-miss offer. Bet just $1 on any football game this week and receive $150 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Plus, DraftKings offers same-game parlays. Same-game parlays allow you to combine multiple bets for a bigger payout. This week, place a same-game parlay on any NFL game and you will be credited up to $25 if your bet loses. Use code DNVR when you sign up at DraftKings. That is code DNVR at DraftKings Sportsbook to receive $150 in free bets instantly. When you place a $1 bet on any football game, promo code DNVR. As is tradition here on the Broncos Prediction episode, we will go coach to coach, offense to defense, quarterback to quarterback, award points. The team with the most points gets the win prediction, starting with coach versus coach, Fangio versus Robert Saleh. Now, it's really hard to evaluate a head coach after just 2 games. Although I ripped Urban Meyer last week after just 1 game. But that's because I know in my heart of hearts, Urban Meyer isn't right for the NFL. Robert Saleh, on the other hand, was the hottest head coaching candidate this offseason. I mean that literally and figuratively. The dude is a 10 out of 10 on the screwability scale. He was a coach players loved, and his baseline body temperature 101. That's a hot head coach. Now, I feel like he's in a similar situation as Fangio was when he joined the Denver Broncos, a defensive-minded head coach who brought in a very young, green offensive coordinator in LaFleur, the little bro, to Matt, inheriting a team with a lot of holes. Robert Saleh needs time. Big Fangio has had some time. Now in year 3, he gets a half-point advantage. Fangio knows exactly when to go for it on 4th down, has a quarterback he can trust, and will continue to look great until the Broncos face a team that can actually exploit their weaknesses. Saleh is just trying to keep his team afloat, while they start more rookies than any other team in the league and have key players on IR like Mekhi Becton, LaMarcus Joyner, and Carl Lawson, and even punter Braden Mann. Broncos offense versus Jets defense. Zach Wilson's performance last week overshadowed how well the Jets played defensively, in my opinion. The defense was dealing with bad field position all day because of Wilson's turnovers and still did a pretty good job against Mac Jones. Sounds nothing like the Broncos the last 2 years, right, guys? Mac Jones was forced to check down a ton to his running backs. Not that the Patriots don't love that shit. This team has some playmakers like Marcus May, who's in store for a massive payday, and CJ Mosley, who's finally healthy after his massive payday in 2019. They also did a pretty nice job stopping running back Damian Harris, who got most of his rushing yards on 1 carry for 62. Paging Melvin Gordon. Paging week 1 Melvin Gordon. Now, the impression is that the Jets are a dumpster fire due to last season and to Wilson's easily recognizable 4-pick day. However, their defense through just 2 games is 10th in passing yards allowed and 12th in rushing yards allowed, which is 2 spots better than the Patriots right now. The passing defense may have benefited from facing Sam Darnold and Mac Jones, but who knows at this point? It's so early in the season. Now, the Broncos might have some trouble keeping the pocket clean for Teddy Bridgewater. The Jets sacked Mac Jones different times. And as we saw against the Jaguars, Denver struggled in pass protection without Graham Glasgow, who may or may not be available on Sunday. It just depends on how his heart is doing. Glasgow's heartbeat may be irregular, but he plays with more heart than Jarvis Moss ever did. That real Broncos fans get that shit. Look, the Broncos have also had trouble running the ball this season, and they're going up against a solid Jets front that's a very respectable 12th in run defense. And that's against 2 teams that really know how to run the ball. The Panthers with Christian McCaffrey and the Patriots with Bill Belichick, who wishes he had Christian McCaffrey. It's been tough sledding for Melvin Gordon. If you remove that 170-yard run from week 1, he's averaging just 2.5 yards per carry. I'm hopeful, but I'm not sure that changes much this week against the Jets. That said, I do trust Teddy to exploit some questionable Jets cornerbacks and keep building chemistry with Courtland Sutton. Although Sutton and Timmy Patrick showed up on the injury report this week with some hip issues and limited action, as did Noah Fant with an ankle injury. I don't think they're too serious, those injuries, but those men are literally the Broncos' 3 leading receivers. Please not be serious. Now, this might be a surprise, but I'm calling this matchup a wash. 0 points awarded here. Jets offense versus Broncos defense. We're going to save the quarterback talk until later, so I'm going to attempt to talk about the other 10 players without touching on Zach Wilson's 4 interceptions. Here's what's good about the Jets offense. They actually ran the ball well last week without having any passing threat to set up the ground game. Particularly Javonte Williams' college teammate, Michael Carter, who had 11 carries for 59 yards and 29 through the air, while Ty Johnson tacked on another 50 on the ground. And that's against a disciplined and well-coached Patriots defense. Here's where the Broncos should dominate. The Jets have allowed 10 sacks already through 2 games, 6 against the Panthers and 4 more last week versus the Pats. Bad recipe for the Jets. Great recipe for Von Miller to add to the 3 sacks he's already picked up in the first 2 games. The Broncos are without Bradley Chubb for 6 to 8 weeks, but this is a good game to ease in Malik Reed and Jonathan Cooper, especially now that Mekhi Becton, left tackle, is injured. Wilson is going to avoid some sacks, and he's also going to run himself into some sacks. That's just the kind of quarterback he is, and I think he's going to run into a few against the Broncos. If the Broncos don't get at least 3 sacks Sunday, consider me all in on calling this position group a major area of concern. I'll be the annoying guy saying, is Olivier Vernon healthy yet? Is free agent Olivier Vernon healthy? Let's sign him. Let's sign him now. Now, I pointed out some positives for the Jets, but the reality is this. They are 4th worst in passing yards right now. And I don't think Corey Davis has his breakout Jets game against the Broncos certainty. They are also averaging 10 points per game. One of just 2 teams to have 10 or less points after 2 games. I think there's a chance Denver's defense continues that trend and holds them to 10 or fewer points. So give the Broncos a full point advantage on a defense. And the big mismatch, Teddy Roosevelt versus Swaggy Z. Teddy Two Tugs versus the Mormon Manziel. Give Teddy 20 points for nicknames alone. Okay, let's not go crazy with the points. This is a very serious point system that I will not jeopardize the integrity of.
Oh, what's this? Teddy Roosevelt shirts already available for purchase? Teddy Roosevelt merch with the link in the description, and they're fairly competitively priced? Competitively? The way Teddy Roosevelt plays the fucking game of football? Football! Teddy Roosevelt shirts available now.
As I have alluded to, Zach Wilson threw 4 of the worst interceptions you'll see against the Patriots. So much so that a 12-year-old boy was roasting him on Twitter. Although the 12-year-old boy might just be his classmate, because he looks young. And I don't think things get easier for Zach. He's going from playing against Bill Belichick to now having to play against Vic Fangio, 2 coaches that don't give rookie quarterbacks any breaks. Now, despite the interceptions, Zach Wilson does make a few very impressive throws, and he does seem to have good chemistry with his top 3 wide receivers, Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios, and Elijah Moore. When he's not overthrowing them, at least. Zach Wilson might be good one day. All rookie QBs deserve some time to develop, but I cannot in good faith trust this guy to lead a team, at least until he can get into a PG-13 movie all by himself. Zach Wilson is from Draper, Utah, which makes me think, is his name even Zach? It's probably Dick Whitman. I'm hoping Robert Sala's not watching, because here's a good idea. Do not blitz Teddy Bridgewater. According to Nick Kosmider, Teddy is 17 for 17 for 171 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions when he's facing 5 or more rushers. He's the only player without an incompletion with at least 10 snaps versus the blitz, which just shows how competent Teddy is and how well he's grasping Pat Shurmur's playbook. Yes, I do need to give some credit to Pat Shurmur. Something that was very difficult to do last year. Something I refused to do last year. Not only is Teddy playing the best football of his NFL career, he's going against his 2nd rookie in a row. Boom! Full point to Teddy Roosevelt. And I don't even have to think about it. And here are our X factors that could change the game. The Jets have a Michael Carter on offense and a Michael Carter on defense. I think that's cause for some kind of trickery. Some Freaky Friday shit. If they put both of those Carters on special teams, there's no way the Broncos are able to tackle them. Special teams, still scary. If anything costs Denver the game, it's their new sponsor, Mattress Firm. As Ryan Green pointed out on Twitter, that's a king-sized logo the Broncos are forced to wear on their jerseys. I don't like that. I think it's a great sponsor, though, because everyone is sleeping on the Broncos. And if the Broncos lose or start playing bad, I can say they shit the bed as soon as Mattress Firm sponsored them. Unless Mattress Firm sponsors this show. And finally, the Jets are starting rookie corner Brandon Eccles. One of my lifelong best friends from childhood is named Brandon Eccles. And I was always much faster than Brandon Eccles, so I expect this Brandon Eccles to get torched.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
While we're on names, the Jets linebacker BJ Goodson retired. Nobody likes when a BJ is taken away from them, especially me. When the Jets literally have another linebacker named Sherwood on the roster. BJ Sherwood. Broncos win this one 23-10. It should be more points for the Broncos. I really want that 30-point game in September. But if last week taught me anything, it's that I will never see that happen again in my lifetime. Broncos win. Thanks for watching That's Good Broncos prediction episode. I appreciate you guys showing up to watch these. Don't forget, we post our post-game recaps every Sunday evening after the games here on this channel.